4 tips to help boost your mental health. It's Mental Health Awareness Week this week, and I wanted to share 4 ways to help with your mental health. Right now there are many of us, me included, who have had ups and downs. We've had those feelings of lows, those high feelings as well. And in terms of mental health, it's a spectrum of, feeling really good to feeling really dark, and it's never black and white. It's never that you're right down the middle. It's never that you're really good or really bad kind of thing. You're going to waver from one end to the other, and you're going to be somewhere within that spectrum. So in terms of ways to help with your mental health and to look after it and work it as you would do anything else in terms of like a muscle or your physical health, is to look for ways to look after it and work it consistently, to do it with frequency and intensity. And the first real tip is to remember that you're not alone. You are not alone in terms of having to deal with mental health and issues arising from your mental health. Especially us men, it's so easy for us guys to just say that we're okay when we're actually not. And it does take some guts to admit that you are not feeling right, or you're suffering, or you're you have mental health issues in terms of where you are now versus where you would like to be, okay? In terms of the way you feel. And the first tip is to remember that you're not alone, and you can ask for help, and you can also just admit that you do have an issue. I'm not going to say it's a problem, because that's almost tarnishing the fact that having issues with mental health is a problem. It's not a problem. It's what you're experiencing, and it's about the first tip is reaching out for help, because you're not alone. There are so many people out there that are more than willing to help. They just need to know about it, all right? So lean in on friends and family. And a problem, or an issue shared rather, is an issue not halved, but it's an issue that you can tackle together, rather than be on your own and think that you have to deal with it all by yourself. So that's the first tip. Reach out for help, because there is help out there for you. The second one is looking at journaling. It's about journaling, and this is a technique that I've kind of adapted and added into my own life, into my own routines. I myself had probably my lowest period of time, which was maybe 2 years ago, when I was going through personal issues as well, and that's when my journaling really did take hold, so to speak, in terms of the way that it can be a way to process what is going on in our heads. For me, it was getting down in black and white what was actually going on in my head, so that I could process it, so I could see in black and white what was going on. It wasn't just thoughts and emotions in my head. It was concrete things that I could then be more aware of, be able to deal with and address and take action in some way, shape or form. So I've got many notebooks now from over the years from my journaling, and that is my second tip for looking after your mental health, and that is to journal. In terms of, like, journaling can be anything that you want it to be. You can write one letter if you like, it doesn't matter. It's more about the process of you processing what is going on in your head and getting it down on paper, and it helps massively in terms of capturing your thoughts, capturing how you're feeling, capturing those emotions, so that you can then address them as and when you feel ready. So that's the second tip. The third one is meditation. Meditation, again, is something that I started properly, I guess, a couple of years ago, again because of what was happening, and it's been of great help. For me personally, it helps me to really be aware of my own thoughts. It gives me that space, it gives me that time to respond to what's going on in my head, as opposed to just react to it or let things happen to me. It's given me back kind of mental control. It's given me heightened awareness is what it's given me. So meditation itself, in terms of what you can do, it can be however you want it to be. It could be, it can look however you want, basically, meditation. For me, it's as simple as putting on some pieces of music that get me into that specific state of mind, and then just breathing, just shutting my eyes and just breathing and focusing on various things or thoughts or questions. It's whatever you want to make it. There's no right or wrong way of doing it. It's just about finding something that works for you in terms of helping you with your mental health. So that's the third tip, looking at meditation. There are apps out there, there are YouTube channel tutorials, there's a wealth of knowledge in terms of ways that you can use meditation for your mental health. And the fourth and final tip is active, or to be active. Staying active has been proven to help with moods and emotions and mental state, especially right now when it's very easy to stay or be sedentary, and with a sedentary lifestyle, there is high correlation with lower moods. All right, so if we can boost the amount of activity that you're having, there's going to be more chance of elevating those moods through activity which garners energy, which garners endorphin rushes, which garners just general feel good benefits in your life by getting active, because we're designed to move. We're not designed to stay still. We're designed to move, and with that comes a lift and a change in your mental state. And the first way of changing your mental state is to move. So they're the 4 tips that you could start using in your daily practice in terms of looking after your own mental health. The first one was reaching out for help. The second was journaling. The third was meditation. And the fourth was staying active.